Alrighty. So for anyone who is unfamiliar with Skubana, we are an order management platform that arose from the challenges of our CEO, Chad Rubin, that he faced as an early Amazon and e-commerce seller. So what makes Skubana so great is that we are the source of truth that connects you on your myriad of sales channels with the fulfillment solutions you need to maximize your reach to consumers online. So we were built with sellers in mind, and we are here to make the multi-channel profitability experience seamless for you. And as a member of our customer success team, we do everything in our power to help our customers succeed and provide the best support possible. Just a little bit on this slide, these are some of the amazing brands that Skubana works with, and we have so many customers, we can't fit them all on this little graphic here, but we love working with our customers. These are some folks that I hear from on a daily basis. Whenever they can, ask in questions or are looking to improve their current operations, I'm here to help. So I'm going to be talking about why 2 channels are better than 1, especially during times of uncertainty that we're going through now with COVID-19. So it's always important to have a backup plan to sell merchandise. So recently, Amazon FBA suspended many product categories due to COVID, leaving so many sellers stuck because reclassifying listings was also suspended. So that meant that new shipments to FBA were halted if stock didn't fit the criteria Amazon outlined overnight. And if you didn't have an alternative solution to getting your merchandise to customers, you were basically at a standstill. So that's one of the reasons why at Skubana we encourage all of our customers to diversify whenever possible, and Boldify is no exception. So Boldify knows that a single sales channel is not viable for long-term success because it limits your ability to reach and retain customers. So by selling on both Amazon and Shopify, Boldify can capitalize on marketplace traffic while also owning a first-party brand experience. So one of the reasons why Boldify came to Skubana was because they needed a solution to route Amazon and Shopify orders to multiple 3PLs based on inventory availability and product type. So one of the cool things about Boldify is that they package their bundles specifically based on the sales channel that they're selling on. And so with Skubana, they were able to set up their products in a way that allowed them to automate some of that process. So Skubana is able to remove complexities around replenishment, inventory management, order fulfillment, and channel profitability. So Skubana is able to synchronize orders coming from Boldify, Shopify, and Amazon seller accounts with available inventory across their fulfillment sources. So we're able to do that by natively integrating with multiple sales channels, including Amazon, Shopify, Walmart, eBay, BigCommerce, and more. So the screenshot here kind of shows some of those options, and they keep going. And in addition to our channel selection, brands can also connect to their 3PL of choice. So I'm going to be hopping into Skubana's inventory module next. So our inventory management is pretty much one of my favorite modules in Skubana. It's something that I love to go over with customers because it's straightforward and it allows Boldify a high level of control over how they want to handle their inventory using Skubana's automation options. So Boldify can use Skubana to identify inventory that needs attention, find items that need to be replenished, set allocation rules for how they want to handle inventory on a sales channel basis. So taking kind of a look at our screenshot here, this is a quick view of our inventory module, and make it really easy for our users to know what they're looking at based on visual cues. So we have this right-hand column over here where you see like red icons. So we make it very easy on a color basis to see not only what inventory and products you have that are out of stock currently, but we let you know ahead of time when they're reaching kind of like a low status based on numbers that you can personally set. So if low to you means 100 units or 500, that's all personalized in your account. So an important distinction and crucial benefit of using Skubana is making sure that you don't oversell. So I kind of love this icon or this graphic here because as a customer success team member, something that I'm keeping in mind every day at when I interact with my customers is understanding that the seller experience can be very stressful, and there's a lot of pressure put on sellers by Amazon. And so, at a very basic line, not only do we want our customers to succeed and grow, but we want to make sure that we're preventing them from experiencing any sort of penalization or suspension from Amazon. So when you have full control over how you want your inventory shown or also withheld from sales channels, you can avoid a lot of angry customers awaiting shipments that would be a potential result of overselling. So talking about our order management, Boldify can use Skubana to get a complete view of orders regardless of channel, all in one view. So Skubana's order module is very easy to digest as your orders evolve from a fresh order to a shipped one. And depending on your fulfillment preferences, it's also even possible to ship orders without even touching them. So just at a quick glance of our orders module, basically orders kind of come in from all of your different sales channels from this way, from that way, eBay, Shopify, and they're all brought into one place. So you can see that based on this current view, we're just going off of the age of the order. So they come in fresh, less than in an hour, and then you can fulfill them based on any sort of rules that you set up previously, which I'm going to be talking about next. But you can all basically manage them from one place, which is super convenient. So talking about that automation, unique to Skubana, we have basically order bots. And order bots are your custom business rules designed to do the work for you when it comes to fulfilling orders. So order bots are my other favorite part or offering of Skubana because they're user-friendly and they have nearly unlimited combination options depending on how you utilize them. So customers often ask for my input on their order bot workflows, and I'm very happy to delve into them to get as granular as possible, as granular as they want to, in order to achieve their automation goals. So Boldify specifically uses some very simple order bot automation and combinations, depending on how the origin of their orders comes in, because they want to fulfill them through a specific route. So looking at our screen here, so we have over 50 order bot filters as well as over 50 actions as well that you can apply, and then from there you can basically build on them and have as many as you want. So they're basically kind of like if you think of either programming or an Excel sheet, using like if-then statements. You can customize any sort of workflow that you want to come in from your sales channels. Think about how you want to process them and then how you want them to be fulfilled. And we basically set all of that for you through automation. So Boldify uses a basic workflow that specifically uses Skubana's product labels in order to route their orders to the appropriate warehouse. So in combination with their reordering workflow, Boldify is able to have a more hands-off experience once their products reach their 3PLs and FBA warehouses. So this diagram kind of shows these cute little bot icons. So when our order bots are applying, those basically kind of the actions that we're setting up. It's very simple. So since adopting Skubana, Boldify has been able to eliminate the need for an in-house warehouse, and using order bot workflows and direct 3PL and FBA integrations, Boldify is able to automate both fulfillment and replenishment. That being said, if an in-house warehouse or dropshipper was part of your fulfillment flow, we can accommodate that as well. So next, I'm going to be talking about some of Skubana's analytics reports. We offer a lot of them actually in various different sections. So one of the ones that I think Boldify can benefit from the most is the sales overview dashboard. So this shows you revenue as well as units sold across your sales channels. And all of our analytics reports are derived directly from their or your sales channel and SKU data, since everything basically lives in Skubana. It's that source of truth. So if you're wondering how to read this report, basically you would select the sales channel that you want to look into, and then also select the date range. So from here, you can identify what percentage of your customers are repeat buyers, the median value of their orders, as well as how many purchases they have made. So pretty much after taking a look and analyzing this report, what you should be able to do is find out which sales channels have the most repeat customers, and where a sales channel is lacking in repeat customers, you should also be focusing on your email marketing and promotional efforts towards these customers to boost your revenue. In addition to that, we also have our most frequent customers report. So this particular report reveals the value and recurrence of your customers. So it looks very simple, and how to read it is essentially just the same as the last one. You select which sales channel and date range you want to filter by, and you're then given a list of your high value repeat customers and the total sales value they are worth to your business. So this is in addition to our customers module that we have separately. These are just reports that we offer that kind of help you pinpoint where you want to build your business from and your focus areas. Oops, I think I went back one. There we go. Okay. So, and on top of that, after your analysis, you should be able to find out which sales channels have the most repeat customers, and also taking a proactive approach from here. This is our most frequent customers report. So where a sales channel is lacking in repeat customers, you should be able to focus your efforts for your email marketing and promotional efforts towards those customers to boost your revenue and your customer retention. So if you have a fantastic brand like Boldify, and your customers have already, gone to your site, you've won that buy box, you've purchased that order on Amazon or Shopify or wherever, they already know how great your product is. And so we want to be able to help you focus in and utilize those customers you already have. And we also have that, like I mentioned, that customers module. So we keep customer information, retention, so you'll be able to do an easy email outreach or anything else that you want using your customer database from there. So that's all I have for today. So if you have any questions about Skubana that we don't get to cover during the remainder of this webinar, we go through questions. You can reach out to us via email, or you can also look us up on Twitter. So thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate everyone listening.
Great, so we can kind of dive into what our key takeaways are. I'll start off with the search side. You want to set your business up for success by really investing in your content to improve ranking and indexing, as well as to increase buyer confidence in your brand. Also build clean campaign structures to allow for more granular analysis of your performance data. You're also going to want to identify your goals for the business and leverage the available ad units to build your brand. Test new features out and give your strategies the proper time to perform in order to accurately optimize towards your goals.
More takeaways to be that a single sales channel is not viable for long-term success. It limits your ability to reach and retain new customers. It also allows others to capitalize off of your brand on channels where you haven't established a presence already. Also, outline a plan to lean out cost structures using technology to drive more automated and shock-resistant operations to stay profitable during crises like this one.
Awesome, thank you, ladies. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into our live Q&A. Before we did go ahead and go straight into it, though, I did just want to go ahead and launch this quick poll. So if any of our attendees did find this information insightful through our Amazon sponsored products and brands crash course, along with this inventory management tips through the uncertain times, feel free to just go ahead and indicate so on the poll if you'd like to continue the conversation with any of our in-house experts. Otherwise, I do have the first question here, and I see that Mike is also on the line. Hi, Mike. Happy that you're able to join us.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks for having me. Of
course. So the first question that we have here is, how do you track conversion rate increases attributed to changes made to your product detail page content?
Okay. Yeah. Conversion rate is tricky on Amazon. Mainly because there's so many different things going on at any one time. I think to get accurate conversion rate, you kind of have to just be really careful about what other things are changing. The main thing would be, I think it's reviews. Like, I kind of keep an eye on I think a lot of people check the recent reviews, and also if anything's happening to your top reviews, that can affect conversion rate more than any potential kind of content changes would affect it. So that's the biggest thing, is just to kind of, when you're changing stuff on your listing, is to just kind of like manually keep an eye on it. So that would be a big one, and also just making sure you're getting probably enough sessions. If it's a lower performing SKU and you don't have enough sessions, then the data might not be quite as accurate. So you want to make sure that there's nothing weird going on with the rankings as well, because you want to make sure that whatever you've changed is actually affecting the conversion rate, and it's like nothing else is affecting it. And then probably just making sure that you're not starting any new kind of traffic off Amazon traffic campaign, because if you're doing some kind of top of funnel thing, like, like, I guess you just want to make sure that there's nothing else is happening that could be affecting conversion rate, because it's hard, because you know it is like a bit of a gut feel as well. But I think those things are the most important to kind of keep an eye on. It's kind of like checking the listing every day, and making sure there's no other things that are going on that could be skewing the data.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike. Let's go ahead and move on to our next question, unless Jackie, you had anything that you wanted to add on, or can I move on to the next one?
We can move on.
Okay, cool. The next one that we have here is, are you leveraging off Amazon strategies that may be contributing to your performance on Amazon?
Yeah, so I could probably go a little bit more in depth, but I did want to mention, I know at the beginning of the webinar, we kind of touched on this, but we do use Amazon's demand side platform. And with this, we retarget shoppers on and off of Amazon, as well as do in-market orders, in-market targeting, as well as targeting our competitors' audiences.
Yeah, so DSP, demand side platform's been really good for us. Yeah, I think when we started doing it, I didn't really know what to expect, but we're getting really good results. I think we're at about a 3 times ROAS at the moment, which is really good compared to other off Amazon advertising platforms. I think like it's a typical to potentially, it depends on the product and stuff and the product category, but it's kind of typical to get maybe like a 1-2 ROAS on Facebook or something like that. Like it's just harder, but Amazon DSP has been an awesome platform for us to get a really great return, and just expand our kind of Amazon channel it's basically turnkey. Jackie's been handling our DSP campaign, and she's doing a great job, and it's just like a no-brainer, really. If you're I don't know if you have to be a certain size. I know there's like a minimum monthly spend, but I'd definitely look into it, because it's yeah, it was really easy, and it's been a great return for us. So
Awesome. I'm happy to hear that. Moving on to our next question that we have here is, if I've already have my sponsored product campaign strategy set up with a clear structure, what else can I do to improve performance?
Yeah, that's a great question. If you've already got them set up with a really solid foundation, another step that you can take is taking a look at placement's performance. So this will break down how each campaign is performing at top of search, product pages, and rest of search. So you can identify campaigns that are maybe performing at a really low healthy ACoS at either top of search or product pages, and place a bid multiplier there to increase your competitiveness to win that placement. I know the question was for sponsored products, but also for sponsored brands. There's a lot of new updates coming out, so you can test out the new betas, like the custom images or even having a video to be featured instead.
Gotcha. Thank you, Jackie. This next question that we have here is, what are the most popular order bots?
So I'll answer that. So I'd say some of my favorite and one of the ones that come up the most are based on location filters. So we have some like for zip code, state, postal zone, and countries. So we can allow our customers to automate their orders coming in based off of that information because all orders should have at least one of those. And then also for the filters as well, we have, like I mentioned on previously, Boldify uses our product labels, but those are also, they can be translated into order labels as well. And so we basically use these labels in terms of automation of how you want to handle any product that comes in with a specific label or any order, how you either want it fulfilled, what kind of shipping services that you want to use, finding our cheapest rate as well with if you have multiple shipping providers as well. I'd say that those are some of our most popular with our customers and the ones that come up the most.
Gotcha. Thank you, Sandy. This next question that we have here is, what impact does an A+ page really have on conversions?
Yeah, that's a good question. So we kind of touched on that earlier, how it's kind of hard to really solidify tracking your conversion rate increases after updating your content. But with an A+ page, this is below the fold on the product detail page, and you know that when people are coming to Amazon, they're going to want to look at the reviews. So A+ content is the last section that they can take a look at before reaching those reviews and making a purchase decision. So it's just an additional place for you to further give insight about your brand and the product as well.
I'll also add there, Jackie, apparently, I don't know if it's true, but it probably is true. Amazon, it does give a tiny bit of weight to the algorithm. So if you've got A+ content, it's going to help you ranking out a little bit, most likely. So it can't hurt to have it in there.
Awesome. Thank you. This next question that I have here, it says, I have a Shopify store where I sell my products fulfilled by my FBA as well as products from brands that are fulfilled by dropshipping. Can Skubana integrate with my Shopify store and automate orders places for dropshipped products too?
Yes, so we have a direct integration with Shopify. It's one of our most popular sales channels that our customers use. So absolutely yes on that part. And then in terms of multi-channel fulfillment through FBA, absolutely. We can basically set up order bots to route that fulfillment flow as well. So we could basically recognize that the sales channel equals Shopify. And then you could customize if you want all of your SKUs or all of your products sold on Shopify to fulfill through FBA, or if you want part of them to do that, you can specify that as well. And then we can also have a separate route for any drop shippers that you have. We're able to connect via FTP or SFTP or through email flow. Basically, we have an entire purchase order flow that all customers can use. And depending on how you communicate with your drop shipper, we can handle that as well.
Lovely. Thank you, Sandy. This next question I have here is how to identify maximum bids for a keyword. How would you identify that?
Also a great question. So like we kind of touched on in the webinar, typically we want to start off with auto campaigns for launching a product and allowing that campaign to run for a couple weeks. So from there, what you can do is pull a search term report and identify the CPCs that were converted on within the auto campaign. So that's a good starting point to use to harvest those keywords into a manual campaign. There are also some third-party tools out there that will give you an average CPC or a suggested bid. Really, on Amazon, there are also suggested bid ranges, but definitely take those with a grain of salt as well. There's really no exact science, so once you set your bid, you do want to monitor performance. Give it a little bit of time to actually perform at those set bids, and then from there, it'll tell you through performance how you want to adjust.
Gotcha. Thank you, Jackie. This next question has a little bit to do about Walmart. So it says, I currently handle just the Amazon advertising for my company, but it's getting clear that we need to put more effort into Walmart.com e-commerce outside of general basics of search terms and keywords. How different is it to work with Walmart.com, if you have any insight?
I don't have too much experience with Walmart side, but there are some similarities between the two platforms. I think this would be a great opportunity for you to reach out to our team here at Tinuiti. We do have a Walmart service line as well, so you can definitely get more insight there.
Awesome. Thank you, Jackie. And I think we have time for maybe just a couple more questions. This one states, how did Boldify ramp up their spending? Do you have any recommendations for small businesses to plan for ad budget?
Yeah, that's a good question. So with Boldify, we had a set monthly budget to start out with. Obviously, we wanted to see how our initial strategies would perform first, and then from there kind of adjust, but just allow things to actually be tested out and see how they perform. Obviously, you don't want to say that, you know, no matter what, this is what our monthly budget is. If you have the capability to spend more and you're also seeing revenue come through, maybe take a look at it as a % of your total revenue. So taking, say, for example, you can do 10% of your total revenue as your monthly budget, but there are definitely a lot of ways to take a look at that.
Awesome. Thanks, Jackie. And it looks like maybe just a couple more questions. What are cascading bids? Yeah, what are cascading bids?
Yeah, so cascading bids is, at least for Boldify, we're using all 3 match types. So that would look like, just as an example, a broad match type keyword starting out at $1.50, a phrase match keyword starting out at $1.70, and exact match starting at $1.90. So the reason for that being, obviously with broad match, you're able to be showing up for more searches because it's very broad targeting. So you kind of want to keep a pulse on that because broad spend can increase a lot more heavily than something like an exact match, just because you're able to show up for so many more searches.
Gotcha, that totally makes sense. I think this is gonna be it. Looks like we have come to the end of our time here. So I wanted to give a huge thank you to each and every one of our speakers, Jackie, Mike, and Sandy, for taking the time to join us, but especially to all of our attendees. I just wanted to go ahead and review our upcoming webinar calendar, but also just review our COVID Hub resource for marketers if you joined on a little bit late. I did send this bit.ly link out, but this is meant to be kind of a resource hub just for marketers, so you can go ahead and check out our 15 blogs, learn how to optimize your current strategy depending on what channel and vertical that you're selling on right now. So feel free to check out more information there. The bit.ly link is attached. I will be sending out the recording by tomorrow morning, and this is our upcoming webinar calendar, so you can check out more information about all of these at tinuiti.com/content. So today we did have the crash course on Amazon sponsored products and brands. Next week we will be covering how to optimize your paid search budget due to these uncertain times. And then the following week we'll be having how to adapt your Amazon DSP strategy due to COVID-19. Otherwise, that is all for today. Huge thank you to everybody. This is Persephone signing off from San Diego. Have a great rest of your day.